Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to episode 1 of my Randomizing to Elite FUT series. In this series, we take 3 random players, build a team around them, and then take that squad into Weekend League. Basically, how it works is I randomly generate 3 special FUT cards in my club using a Google spreadsheet I created, which by the way will be linked in the description if you guys want to try something similar. Then I build a team around the 3 players, either using cards in my club or just buying them off the market, and then I take that squad into Weekend League and try to get the best finish as possible. However, there are a few special rules to this series. Special rule number 1 is that the 3 generated players can be selected again, meaning they're deleted out of the database of potential players that can be generated. Rule number 2 is that I can't use the same player in back-to-back weekend leagues, meaning that every episode will have 11 new players we try out. And the last rule is that I can't use the same tactics in back-to-back weekend leagues, which will help keep the series fresh and exciting. With all that out of the way, let's get into the episode. So the first card generated is Flashback Sammy Khedira. Now overall, this card is super solid. He comes in at 6'2", medium work rates. He's right-footed, 2-star skill move, 4-star weak foot, which is really nice when you need your CDM to make crucial passes under an intense press. So when you look at the stats, he's got 80 acceleration, 91 sprint speed. He's got great passing stats with 93 and 90 for short and long passing. His dribbling isn't great when you look at the agility and the balance, but he's got 88 reactions, 88 ball control, 87 dribbling, and 91 composure. Defending and physically though, this card is phenomenal. He's got great defending stats, as you can see there, 99 interceptions and then 90 plus for the rest of them. And then other than jumping, the rest of them are really good. 81 stamina is great for CDM, and then 94 strength with 92 aggression is just superb. The second card generated is Storyline Marco Sensei, and he comes in at 6'1", medium high work rates, which is really nice to have on a center back. He's left-footed, and I've only really used him for 14 games so far, but he's been great actually. He's been a phenomenal center back. He's been able to keep up with a lot of the meta players that you see in division rivals or probably even in weekend league, as we'll see in this episode. But yeah, Sensei's been a great overall player. The Shadow really puts him probably a tier under meta. Looking at his stats, the Shadow Chem style really does justice to this card. It puts his acceleration to 95 and his sprint speed to 86. This is great, especially in this point in the FUT cycle where there's so much pace up top. This is really nice to have on a center back. Nothing exceptional in the dribbling. 81 reactions is bare minimum. 84 composure is great too. But now if you look at his defensive stats, everything in the 90s, which is great to have, and that's probably why I've enjoyed using him so far. Looking at his physical stats, he's got 90 strength and 83 aggression that will really help to push some of those attackers getting him behind off the ball. And finally, the last card that we generated is FUT Freeze Surge Gnabry. Now he's 5'9", he's got high medium work rates, he's right-footed, 4-star, which is really nice to have on a player that's going forward. I've played a few games with him already, as you can see, 115 for this club. He scored 69 with 54 assists. He's super versatile. I can stick him in the midfield, I can stick him out wide, I can put him up front as a striker, as this false 9. He's just a great card overall. Looking at his stats, I put the Hunter on him because I think dribbling wise, this card's pretty much complete. 90 agility, 92 balance, 89 reactions, 87 ball control, 91 dribbling. His finishing could use a little bit of a touch up because he does get into a lot of goal scoring opportunities for me, especially in this system, and I need him to finish his chances. After looking in my club to see how we can mix and match some players and a little bit of tinkering here and there, I came up with this sweet brew. Let's go ahead and check out what tactics will be used for this squad. We go into tactics really quick, go into the 4-1-4-1, which is the formation we'll be using. You can see that we're using a press after possession loss for the defensive style, 4 for the width. Defensively, I don't want to spread my defensive players apart too much because then you're just giving a lot of room for the high attacking AI players to just make run-ins behind. For the depth, I'm playing with 7. Offensively, we're going to go ahead with the balanced style. For the width, we're playing 4. Again, this is a pretty wide formation already, and if I go any higher, I'm scared the left mid or right mid won't be able to get involved in the build-up, and they sometimes are super important to be able to break down presses. Players in the box, we're going to go ahead and play with 7. This is sort of personal preference, but I wouldn't go anything under 6. I think it's important to give yourself options, and I find myself scoring a lot of goals this way. For corners and free kicks, this is just kind of personal preference. Taking a quick look at how the team's going to be setting up here, we've got Andre Silva as the lone striker, Dybala and Newhouse are going to be our box-to-box CMs. Obviously, KDR is going to be our pivot here. We've got Gnabry out on the right. We've got Julian Brandt out on the left. We've got Marcus Acuna playing left back, Marcus Sensei playing center back with Baumgartel, and Dumfries is going to be our right back. And then in goal, we have base Peter Cech. Moving on to instructions, we've got Andre Silva on stay central and target man. Paulo Dybala is going to be on get forward, get in the box for crosses, free roam, and cover center. He's really going to be playing more of a shadow striker role in this system. Then we got Neuhaus, who's going to really be the hardworking box-to-box center mid. He's going to be on all default except cover center. Then Big Sammy Khedira is going to be on stay back while attacking and cover center. Going to our outside midfielders, we've got Gnabry and Julian Brandt, both on cut inside and get in behind. Our fullbacks, Marcus Acuna and Dumfries, are going to be on stay back while attacking and overlap. Jumping into some of the weekend league game highlights where I used this squad. Obviously, I can't fit 30 games into one episode, so I put a link to my weekend league tracker in the description for you guys to be able to get a better picture of how my entire weekend league went, or for you guys to go ahead and use that as a template to be able to track your own weekend league stats. While the rest of the highlights play, I'm going to go ahead and chat about some of my favorite players from the weekend. The first player that really impressed me this weekend league was this road to the final, Julian Brandt. I bought him for about 180k and he scored 13 goals and 8 assists this weekend league. Now, I feel like most people probably wouldn't stick this card out wide. However, I saw potential because of his high base passing stats. In the 4-1-4-1, I created a lot of space because of the triangles created between the fullback, the center mid, and the outside midfielder. And Julian Brandt played the role of the outside midfielder to a T. In the build-up, he made some quick, precise passes to break a press, and going forward, he scored some of the most important goals for me this weekend league. Look, for 180k and the potential for an upgrade because Dortmund's up in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16, I would recommend this card to anyone that's a Dortmund fan, has a Bundesliga team, or just wants to try something new in FUT. The next player I want to chat about is this Florian Neuhaus Future Star card. He played the box-to-box role in this 4-1-4-1, and he was absolutely fantastic. This card is overall well balanced and is a perfect fit for that CM role in the 3 midfield group. He scored 15 goals, had 34 assists, and got man of the match 6 times. I found this card being involved in almost all of my goal scoring opportunities this weekend. Going forward, this card's dribbling is phenomenal. It doesn't need any boost, it's great, it's responsive. However, I would put a shadow on him. He definitely needs the pace and the defensive upgrade to become more of a whole box-to-box midfield. And second, I found his shooting great just as it is. I know the 76 shooting looks a little underwhelming, but this card finished every chance he got and scored some really good goals for me, and he well outperformed those shooting stats. So without the need of a hunter card, it was unanimous, the Shadow Chem style it is. Now, this Future Star Neuhaus card is probably one of the best bargain buys in FUT right now. I can't think of a card that can match this card's fun value, usability as in links, being able to link him into teams, and also just in-game performance for 180k. If you got the coins and this guy can fit into your team, give him a try. Trust me, you won't regret it. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have the Weekend League MVP himself, Player of the Month, Andre Silva. Man, this card blew my expectations out of the water. This card scored 54 goals in 30 games with 14 assists and was man of the match 10 times. Let's start with the obvious. This card's finishing and composure was phenomenal. He put the ball in the back of the net every chance he got. This card was always in the right position at the right time and always creating space for players around him and then putting himself in high goal scoring opportunities. This has to be because of his high attacking AI. On top of that, his dribbling in game felt great. Obviously, it's not going to feel like Messi or Papu Gomez, but the dribbling is responsive and the kind of not slow, but just the difference in pace from what normal people see in FUT really catches people off guard, and it worked to this card's advantage. This card's still available through SBCs. For 40k, this is the best target man striker that you can get. Before this video comes to an end, I want to talk about why I decided to start this series, which overlaps with how the community feels about the current state of FUT. All over social media, you see FUT players complaining about this game 24/7. And I understand why. This game isn't perfect, and at times, it can be extremely frustrating. and there's definitely room for improvement on EA's side. But FUT players are not doing themselves any favors by using the same formation, tactics, and players year in, year out. And I totally get it. People want to get the most wins to be able to get the best rewards possible, but an important question to ask is for what? For you to be able to go out and buy Mbappe for the 3rd year in a row? The squad building aspect of FUT is a main reason why I keep coming to this game mode year after year, and I enjoy it because it's fun to build a new squad, try new formations, and use different players. And that's why I started this series. I want to show the community that it isn't always about winning every single game, but enjoying the time you spend playing. Because if you're not a pro player or trying to become a pro, that's how I believe this game should be played. All that aside, I was so impressed on how well this squad performed, especially against the insane teams on PS5, and in the end, we were able to hit Elite 3 despite having a run of a few bad games. And that is going to bring us to the end of the video. Make sure to leave a like or drop a comment about your thoughts on the series. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, where I'm always chatting about all things footy. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video.